Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, yeah, take me home. Greetings, coming back at you here again. Another watch-related topic. Here is the Oris movement, completely disassembled. That's the other side of it. I'm not going to flip it. I'm not wearing any finger cuts or anything. What do I have under here? That's where the pallet fork goes under that thing. And as you can see here, I have all the pieces in completely separate containers because these are tiny pieces. And this way I know where basically everything goes. But I have a lot of these, as you can see. A lot of these containers around here, you know what I'm saying? That's the case pieces. Here's the face of the watch, the hands, everything like that. So yeah, so far so good. I mean, haven't really had any problems with the disassembly thanks to the loop. Makes everything appear very huge when in reality it isn't. Oh, I didn't show you guys the mainspring, did I? Where is it at? Here's the mainspring. Everything looks in really nice condition, but this is one of those watches that somebody bought new and never ever serviced and then probably just sold it. So I think this watch is roughly, I don't know, 9 years old, something around those lines. So it hasn't ever been serviced. So there's nothing really wrong. All the pieces are fine. Nothing's worn out. Just the oils are basically a little bit dried up, especially when I checked on the mainspring. There's grease on there, but it's dirty already, sort of like a blackish color, first of all. Second of all, there's very little of it, so a majority of it is dried up. So yeah, but as with my experience with pocket watches, the disassembly process is a lot easier than the assembly process. So the difficult process awaits me with the assembly of this, especially this movement. You know, on one hand, I think I should have worked on something a little bit bigger, like the Bulova Super Seville has bigger movements. The Omega, even the Omega Genève 1022, I believe that movement is uh, a lot bigger than this tiny ETA movement. It's an ETA 28 something, not 2824. It's something else. I would have to look on the loop again. Let me see if I can just see it here real quick. That's too tiny. It's an ETA, but it's one of the older ones, basically. It's not a 2824 base movement or anything. It's something a little bit different, okay? So here are the tools that I use the most. Out of the 5 tweezers, these are the 2 I've used the most. Out of the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 screwdrivers, these are the ones I use the most. The yellow one, which is I think the smallest one, and the purple one, which is relatively big, and the red one, which is small as well, and the black one, which is small as well, but those are varying sizes. So basically, these 3, the black, the red, the black, and the yellow, is the ones I use most for the movement pieces, the plates and all that stuff. Whereas the purple one, it was mainly the case screws and the other components, like the beginning process of disassembling a watch, okay? So haven't used Rodico much, haven't used the pegwood stick much either, but now I'm just gonna kind of dab Rodico on the whole thing and also on the little gears and the wheels and everything. And then I'm gonna use the tried and true, some people are gonna cringe at this, but basically paint thinner, naphtha. I use this with great success on pocket watches. Um, Basically, I just did a single wash and dry, whereas now I read online that you can do 2 washes in naphtha and then do a rinse with isopropyl alcohol. You can use naphtha and isopropyl rubbing alcohol for everything except the balance wheel uh, portion and the pallet fork portion, because those have shellac or something like that, and it could damage it. So I'm not gonna bother with those components. Just might use a little, maybe hand cleaning somehow on those pieces, but everything else, I'm going to do 2 washes in the naphtha followed by an isopropyl alcohol rinse to get any sort of residue off. But like I said, with pocket watches, I just did one basically bath in naphtha and just let it dry, and I haven't encountered any issues whatsoever, you know. But yeah, with pocket watches, I had no specialty oils or anything, but now I have, Mobius and all this stuff I showed you guys in the previous video. I have Mobius, regular oil for that, mainspring grease, so I got the professional stuff now. So alright, well, it took me roughly 2 hours, I would say 2 hours for complete disassembly. The assembly's gonna fucking probably take me, like I said, these pieces are tiny and finicky, and they fly all over the place. I hope it goes well and smoothly, but I'm thinking the assembly's gonna take a little bit longer than the disassembly. So anyway, guys, I'll keep you guys updated when I completely assemble the movement again and see if it works and if it works better. Take it easy.